All right, breaking news. We have just learned that President Trump is pausing all military aid to Ukraine after that public clash with Zelensky last week in the Oval Office. But this is now rubber meets the road. All military aid to Ukraine from the U.S. on hold right now. Jeff Zeleny is on the phone. Jeff, what are you learning about this breaking detail? Obviously, a huge blow to Ukraine.
There's no question, Aaron. It's a deep blow to Ukraine just 3 days after that meeting in the Oval Office. But we are learning tonight that President Trump has ordered a pause to all military aid that is not yet inside of the country. So that means that it applies to all military equipment that is not yet in country. So some things that would be on the way, some things that would be nearby in Poland and elsewhere. But this certainly is an escalation, really what we've seen back and forth quite extraordinarily between the Trump administration and the Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, who came to Washington last Friday in hopes of signing a deal, and that obviously did not happen. Now, this is going to be certainly setting up a confrontation in some respects with some Republicans in Congress. They believe it's the purview of Congress. This is funding that has already been approved. But the White House is saying that a pause could be lifted if Volodymyr Zelensky demonstrates a new commitment to negotiating to end the war. And we heard the president say earlier today he wants to hear some appreciation from Zelensky. But Aaron, underscoring all of this is simply that this is music to Vladimir Putin's ears. This is what the Kremlin, they were aligned with Washington, they said, over the weekend as talks were going on. So this is a new development tonight, ordering a pause to military aid for Ukraine, Aaron.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeff Zeleny. Of course, a crucial moment and, largest land war in Europe since World War II, European country, the largest recipient of U.S. aid for the first time since Harry Truman. So to undo that, this is a crucial moment. I want to go to Oren Lieberman in Washington, of course, Pentagon. So, Oren, how significant of a blow will this be to Ukraine? Obviously, your total numbers here is, $175 billion, some of which is obviously gone to U.S. defense manufacturers as well. But where are we in this moment? When you stop it, what happens?
Well, Ukraine absolutely relies on U.S. stocks, U.S. supplies to stay in the fight. Yes, they have their own drone manufacturing industry, and that produces many of the drones they use, short range, long range. But in terms of the big stuff, if you will, that Ukraine needs to stay in the fight, artillery, anti-tank weapons, rockets for their HIMARS system, armored vehicles, a good portion of that, a very large portion of that, comes from the U.S. So to seize that, to pause it and stop it is an incredible blow to Ukraine and its military at a crucial time here, especially when the Kremlin and Russian forces on the ground will absolutely celebrate this and push harder, as we've seen them do over the course of the past several days and weeks, including since the Zelensky-Trump meeting, which was last week. It's also worth pointing out, and I'll pick up on Jeff's point here, that Zelensky has thanked the U.S. for every single one of the announcements of aid that has come. Those just came from the Biden administration. Trump hasn't announced any on his own.